Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, God, how long are we going to have to wait for the next concept sale? I mean, it's been forever since we've seen a new concept sale. How much longer is CIG going to make me wait? Well, apparently, come Thursday, the wait is over. Now, thanks to Reddit user BlazinX79, we now have this pieced together image of what people are speculating, but I'm pretty much figure has got to be the Drake Vulture. It is a Drake ship. You know, the little snippet said it is circling June 14th, 2018, and you know, the next concept ship was supposed to be the Vulture. The Vultures are circling, yada yada yada. It's the Vulture. I mean, let's be honest, it's the Vulture. The entry level salvage ship for the Star Citizen universe. And obviously, it's a lot bigger than many of us have imagined. Now, you might say, how do you know what the size of the ship is going to be? Well, if you look at the image a little bit closer, you'll see what appears to be a ladder and a hatch on the side of one of the arms on this ship. So if you figure the size of a human being to get up that ladder and get through that hatch to fit through all that, that's a pretty damn big ship, dude. That's bigger than a Connie. Now, you may remember back to December last year when we got to vote on what the next concept ship from Drake was going to be. There was, of course, the Starlifter, which was an idea that did not take flight, or actually did take flight, but not from Drake. And there were other ships. There was the Corsair. There was the Kraken, which was the Drake scout carrier, which came in a very close second. But the winner was the Vulture, which was an entry-level salvage ship. And they talked about things like the ship being able to sneak onto an active battlefield and rip the components off of, I guess, destroyed or heavily damaged ships, and something that you could jump in and out of really quickly, grab components, throw them on the ship, and then just scoot away with them to either sell them, clean them, repair them, or use them somewhere else. That kind of conjured in my mind the idea of a smallish ship, of not a very big ship. And, well, it turns out, I guess CIG decided to go in a different direction. Now, there's probably a lot of you out there who are probably looking at this and saying, wow, this is not what I was imagining. If that is true, if that little, you know, ladder and hatch on the side kind of give it scale, this is a lot bigger than what I was imagining, you know, especially for an entry-level ship. But I think, you know, when I looked at it, that's exactly where I went. I was like, oh my God, this is way bigger than I ever thought it was going to be, if this is indeed what I think that it is. And I looked at it and I just started thinking, like, what's the idea here? What am I seeing? What are the thoughts here? And I really stumbled on that for a while, because I started looking at this image and just staring at it and thinking, how could this be like the entry level salvage ship, unless those kind of prongs on the front end. I mean, if you can kind of imagine those as two arms that extend out the front, and those seeming cylinders down the center of the prongs are like some kind of a force field or some kind of a tractor beam. What if this is something that's not just meant to seize a large component off of a very large ship, but something that could also conceivably grab a smaller ship, latch onto it, and just kind of drag it away? That becomes interesting to me. I started looking at it, and even though it is clearly going to be something with potentially a substantial price tag attached to it, that intrigues me. That idea intrigues me. When I look at that image, that's what I start to see in my mind, is that this isn't something that's meant to just rip off a couple of components off of a ship. This is a ship that's meant to either go in and scoop up little ships, or something that's meant to go in and just rip chunks off of larger ships. That's what I'm seeing here. In my mind, what I'm kind of imagining is something closer to this. The old salvage corvettes from Homeworld 1. You know, they would go in and they could pick up components and salvage out in deep space, or in a group you were able to seize much larger vessels, especially if they had been disabled, and then drag them back to your mothership where they could then be converted for your own use. That's what I think I'm seeing here. And that to me is interesting. Not what I originally thought that I was voting for, but interesting nonetheless. Honestly, I know that I started off with a bit of a joke about concept sales, but, and yeah, because it's a Drake ship, yes, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this. If that's the way they're going with this ship, whether it's perhaps grabbing a smaller ship or perhaps a group of them grabbing a larger ship, or just using those pincers to rip components off of a much larger ship to either take them away to another ship to be stored and shipped, or to a larger ship to be recycled, however that's all going to work out, this interests me. This really does interest me. And, you know, with a lot of the recent concept sales, I have been kind of like, well, here's the new concept ship. You know, here it is, exciting. But I am intrigued here. I really am intrigued, and I am interested to see where this is going. If this is going the direction I think it's going, yeah. Obviously, though, if it's the size that I think it is, the entry-level salvage ship is not going to have entry-level pricing. Anyways, that is just my wild speculation based on one cobbled together image of a bunch of hint and teaser images for a concept sale that hasn't even arrived yet. So you can take this as just wild and crazy speculation, but that's what I see. Anyways, you can let me know what you think in the comments below. That's the show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.